and welcome to another caffeinated entertainment video. This is Art here with you for a book review of Star Trek Discovery Desperate Hours. Let me check something real quick. I feel like I got something on my lip. This book was by David Mack. Hang on. Nope, nothing. It just felt like it. This book was by David Mack. And, like I said when I bought it, or like I said when it was on my December reading roadmap, I was worried about the book because I didn't know, I didn't know if he would be a good enough author for the book. I didn't know if he could write Star Trek, and I was correct. Because first of all, the narrator, I listened to it on Audible. I didn't buy it on my Kindle or physically. I listened to it on Audible. And the narrator, Susan Eisenberg, was so monotone. It was so boring. It was awful. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. I couldn't tell at times who was talking to whom. Also, I noticed that the production value on the Star Trek books is a lot less than the Star Wars books. Star Wars books have the sound effects, they have the hyperdrive, they have hissing of doors, they have lightsabers, beam weapon sounds. Star Trek has nothing. And they have unique sounds like transporters and communicators. They had nothing of that sort in this book. Also, another thing that made me upset about Desperate Hours, Star Trek Discovery Desperate Hours, was it included the crew from the Enterprise. Okay, if you're going to make a book about the new crew that's on the new show, then make the focal point of the book that crew. Don't make them share screen time with Captain Pike at this point in timeline and Lieutenant Spock. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense because automatically the Shinjo is dwarfed by that of its bigger fleet partner, the Enterprise. So, in that respect, this book disappointed me. There was a plot, there was a story, and it was halfway decent. There was character building. The relationship between Burnham and Spock is the only redeeming portion of this story. There's one point in the story where the captains are ordered by an admiral to do something un-Starfleet. Very un-Starfleet, very not like Star Trek. That rubbed me the wrong way as well. This book was 9 hours and 59 minutes of mostly torture. And it's sad because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I'm reading another Star Trek book right now on my Kindle that I am loving. But it proves my point that not all authors can write in an established universe such as Star Trek or Star Wars. It very much proves my point and makes my point for me. The main plot of the story is, in a lot of ways, very Star Trek. I could see this being a mashup episode between the movie crew and the Discovery crew, or in this case the Shinjo crew, because most of the Shinjo's crew, the ones that survived, do land themselves on the Discovery. And it's kind of important. For that reason alone, it's worth a read, but don't go out and buy it. And for the love of God, don't make Star Trek Discovery, Desperate Hours, a priority on your reading list if you're missing Discovery like I was, then make sure that this book will fill that gap to some degree. However, I expected more from audio performance. I expected more from the book itself. The best way I can say it is that Star Trek Discovery Desperate Hours was basically Star Trek paint by numbers. It was formulaic in the very generic sense of the word. That said, I give it a read it on my scale. You, get it from your library, get it from Audible. Thank God Audible has its, if you don't like a book, you can return it, because this book is going to be returned by me. Thank goodness to that. And you can get it from your library. Don't go buying it. Don't go supporting this book unless you find this book enjoyable. If you've read this book and you like this book, let me know in the comments down below. This is book number 87 on the list. 13 more to go towards my Read 100 in 2017 goal. I'm more than likely going to make it, but we shall see. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, and 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I thank you for watching. Live long and prosper, a lot more prosperous than this book. Happy reading, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.